Women and Tattoos Part 3. Women and Tattoos Part 3. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to be talking about Women and Tattoos Part 3. This particular subject, what we're going to be talking about in terms of Women and Tattoos Part 3, we're going to be talking about sicknesses and diseases associated with tattoos. Now, I don't care how much you trust the person that does tattoos for you. Everybody wants to keep their costs low. Everybody wants to keep their costs low. There's some people out here that are using the same needles from person to person. They're not going to tell you that they're using the same needles on person to person. They might even sit up there and make it look like that the needle is in the package, and they taking the needles out and placing it into the tattoo machine and doing it that way. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of people don't want to keep buying needles and buying other things because it reduces their cost. They want to maximize their cost, maximize their profit as much as possible. But a lot of times, people won't go out and get new needles that they need to see, because every tattoo that a person does, they're supposed to use new needles and new things on each and every person. They're not supposed to use the same ones. And so you have tattoo artists that are out here, they want to keep their costs down, and what they will do, and they'll keep using the same needles from person to person. So how does this affect you? This affects you greatly, extremely greatly, because what are some of the diseases that you can get by going to a tattoo artist? You can get AIDS, you can get HIV if he doesn't switch the needles. You can get AIDS, you can get HIV, you can get herpes, you can get blue waffles, you can get any number of diseases. If that person didn't switch the needles that he's using from person to person, if that person sit up here and did put some tattoos in between the woman's legs or up her leg, tattoo like slippery when wet, put a tattoo up her upper thigh in between her legs, slippery when wet, and okay, she happened to have a disease down there like herpes, or she got HIV, or she got AIDS. Okay, well, while he's using the tattoo to type this stuff on here or put the stuff on the woman, he'd be picking up the disease also too. Then you, the next person that comes along, okay, now all of a sudden you wonder how you got herpes, or now you wonder all of a sudden how you got HIV. You wonder all of a sudden how you got AIDS. Well, the tattoo artist you were dealing with, and I don't care what laws they got in place, they can't see every single solitary thing that a tattoo artist is doing. They are supposed to change the needles. They are supposed to do these things, but do they all do that? No. You and I both know how people are. People are lazy. I don't feel like changing that stuff out. I don't feel like using a new one because I don't have any more needles left. I ran out. I ain't got time to run out, go get some needles. I'm going to use the same ones because I got a customer sitting right here and I don't want the money to leave out the door. So they're going to use the same needles. So you might sit up here and get HIV. You might sit up there and get herpes. You might sit up there and get AIDS. All because the tattoo artist used the same needle on you that he used on the last 2, 3, 5, or 10 people. Okay? So these are things you need to take consideration that's extremely, extremely, extremely important, because this is a way that you can get these diseases. There was a very, very big article that I read on this subject somewhere, within the last 2 years. I was reading this article that was written on this subject, and it was talking about that you can get these diseases if the tattoo artist doesn't change the needles. Even if he can fake like he's using a new needle when he's using an old needle. Okay? So there's no way to know this, and they're not gonna tell you. They're gonna be like, oh well, I gotta get this money. I can't let you walk out the door. And so now they didn't use the tattoo, same needles and stuff that they use on other people, they use on you, and they don't know where this stuff has been. You got people out here right now. I know there's a woman right now walking around. That's if she's still living. There's a woman that I went to school with. She got HIV. and very, very good looking woman. Okay, but she got HIV because she was out there screwing around with people. All right, so you don't know who got what. And you can't just make the assumption that just because somebody looks good that they don't have a sickness, a disease, or illness or so that you could possibly get. I had a friend of mine, and I cannot tell you, I can't answer the question as to why he was in a part of a building where next door to his room that he was in, that was a HIV/AIDS support group meeting. And so I was somewhere. Also, I get this phone. Ring, 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 ring. My cell phone rings. And so I tell the man, I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? He said, man, guess where I'm at? I'm like, what? He said, man, I'm down here and I'm right next door to the room that's having the AIDS HIV support group meeting. I'm like, okay, all right, so what about it? He said, man, you ought to see the women coming out of this room. I said, okay, what about them? He said, man, these women are gorgeous. They are fine, super fine. Yeah, he said, but they got full-blown AIDS. They got full-blown HIV. I'm like, man, are you serious? He said, these women are gorgeous. Got full-blown AIDS. So don't think that some of these tattoo artists be doing tattoos on people. And oh yeah, that's right. A lot of tattoos. A lot of strippers get tattoos. They be getting them big tattoos, giant tattoos and stuff. Okay? So they may have just finished working on a stripper that's got HIV or AIDS or something. Okay? So you can't sit up here and say, now then you'll have some people say, well, not all strippers got it. Well, it's true. All strippers may not have it, but you're in an environment where you can get it. You're in an environment where you can get it. And where I live at somewhere about 10 years ago, at least 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I was in a coffee shop getting a coffee. And while I was in the coffee shop getting a coffee, this lady that was standing in front of me, I mean, this girl was built. Oh my God, this woman was built, okay? Beautifully built. So I'm looking down at her and I'm like, God, dog, she's got some hips and butt. This girl's built. And so the woman, she turned around, she said, how you doing? I said, hey, good, how are you? How you doing? She said, fine. She said, did you hear about what happened in the news the other day? I was like, no, I didn't hear about what happened in the news the other day. She said, the health department closed down a strip club. I said, the health department closed down a strip club? Why did they close down the strip club? She said, they closed down the strip club because every single solitary one of those women that were in the strip club all had HIV. I'm like, are you serious? She said, it made the television news. It made the television news. I'm like, dang, are you serious? Yes. See, what that tells you then is that if all of the women in that particular strip club, all of them had HIV, that's because they were screwing around with the customers, and they were all screwing around with each other. That's the only way which each and every one of them all had HIV, because they were all screwing around with each other too. So, back to what I was saying before. You don't know what somebody has based upon how they look. Because like I just told you, a friend of mine, he was in a meeting somewhere, and the meeting right next door to his meeting was AIDS HIV support group meeting. And those women that was coming out of AIDS HIV support group meeting were absolutely gorgeous, and they had full-blown AIDS. So, ladies, if you don't have any tattoos, don't get any tattoos. Don't try to be like your girlfriends and get any tattoos. You could possibly get some type of sickness, disease, or illness, and you sit up here wondering where you got it from, and you may have got it from a tattoo that you got from somebody. Possibly, okay? So, please like, please share, please subscribe. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and give me some information that will help you tremendously, and peace.